1, 2, 3.
Welcome to our art class. Yeah. This is what we have. We have a snail.
Mm-hmm.
It is pink and blue. We got and rainbow colors here. We got a cell.
Hi there and welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Chrissy from A Little Glam, A Lot of Mom, and today's video is on our homeschool art supplies. It is a long one, so be sure to grab a snack. We keep everyday supplies in this cart. It's really convenient to be able to wheel this over to the table at any time. And you can find several versions of this cart just about anywhere. IKEA, Michael's, Target, Walmart. The top tier holds our writing supplies. My favorite pencil for the kids is the Junior Ticonderoga. I also let Bella pick out a special pen, and she chose this rainbow fuzzy pen that she likes to use for specific writing. Erasers, highlighter as well. Bella really loves the Crayola Silly Scents line, and so she has some Silly Scents colored pencils and then their regular line of colored pencils. And then also the thin markers in the Silly Scents line. I told you she has quite the collection of these. Back here we also have our Faber-Castell Beeswax crayons. I touched on these in a previous haul. A nice, less expensive alternative to the more common used brands in Waldorf like Stockmar and Falana. I paid about $10 on Amazon for 24 colors and this nice sturdy case. So regular markers for my tot, she enjoys these because they're bigger for her to grab. Some fun scissors here. And by the way, these tins I find at Target in the party aisle. So safety scissors, craft scissors that cut out different shapes, and just a variety of those. More from the Silly Scents line, and these are the Twistable Crayons, also from Crayola. And then they're twistable colored pencils, I believe these are, also from Crayola. And to be honest, I didn't even buy most of these coloring supplies. We do ask for art supplies for holidays and birthdays from our family rather than toys. The middle tier. So we have extra cupcake liners that Bella just enjoys cutting up and pasting and using for different types of crafts. My kids also enjoy the different shaped Fiskars hole punchers. I usually buy these with coupons. Tissue paper squares, which are used for many different projects as well, and paper flowers, which we ripped off of a banner to recycle and reuse. This is Bella's nature journal, which she decorated the cover with washi tape. These notepads are again another birthday gift, but I do know that they're from Target Bullseye. Each one of the littles were gifted one, but the one who enjoys and uses it the most is Luna, my tot. This is a letter writing kit, or like a stationery that was passed down from one of my older teens. We haven't had a chance to really put this to use yet, but I do want to encourage Bella to write more to our family since we live quite far from them all. And I take free magazines from the library to cut out and use for several different projects. So back here we have most of our adhesives, and this is Mod Podge. And our favorite applicator for Mod Podge are the sponge type applicators. Tacky glue, which is great for gluing gems, buttons, seashells, glue stick. Bella does like working with a hot glue gun, under my supervision of course, so this is a low temp gun. Tape and a tape dispenser, and then just regular old white school glue. And the most bottom tier holds scrap paper that we like to keep and recycle and reuse. This bin here holds spritzer stickers, and those I bought on clearance at Target about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and we still have plenty left over. And then some glitter alphabet letter stickers from Dollar Tree. Paper straws for crafting and cutting and gluing. By the way, I do like to organize the inside of our cart with these super inexpensive plastic organizers from Dollar Tree. So butterfly paper cutouts for decorating, and then just more stickers. These crayon rubbing plates from Dollar Tree are such an awesome resource, and we pick one up anytime we see a new set. They come 3 to a pack for $1. You can't beat that price. So the child places the paper over the plate and just rubs a crayon to make an effect on the paper of either the shape or the patterns or textures to each plate. And next to our art cart is the IKEA Trofast, which you saw in my toy video. The bottom 3 bins, each one corresponds to one of my kids, but the top houses our paper. For paper, I have not bought paper in almost 3 years, and I like to use brown paper bags. So here I have 2 separate, 2 different sizes, and I just, every time we go grocery shopping, I cut these up and we have paper forever. Our coloring books, and so I'll bring you in for a closer look on these. We've been enjoying the Dover coloring books, and I've also touched base on these in previous videos. I love the illustrations, and I love that there's a summary to the illustrations. This one on fairies, it's so cute. It's the alphabet fairy book, and so each letter of the alphabet has a fairy that goes with it. And we have one more that I haven't pulled out yet for our amphibian and reptiles. An empty folder for my son to put in his artwork. This is a packet that Bella put together at her program that she goes to once a week, a Christian program. These blank books from the Target Bullseye are awesome as well. We use those in busy kits and keep them out in the room. Several sticker books, and I've spoken about this brand specifically. These are by Paper Craft Design. I bought these at AC Moore, and they had them out for $1, and I bought like $30 worth, so 30 different sets. I love that the pictures are realistic, at least the stickers are, and yeah, I pull them out anytime we need a refill. This Space Nat Geo sticker book. I love Nat Geo. I've spoken about that. That's almost done. Scissor Skills by Melissa and Doug, and these are almost done as well. They've lasted quite a while, and these are great for my toddler because they include a special scissor that does not have a blade. So you do have to sharpen it every so often. And then just basic coloring books, just one for each of my kids. These are from Dollar Tree. And a sketch pad. And then more of those Target blank books that we keep underneath here just as extras. And the last drawer holds different type of paper, so lined paper, computer paper, construction paper. Now again, I haven't bought any of this in almost 3 years, so this is just still stuff that we have left over. A writing pad, and then what I do buy often is foam sheets or foam paper. Bella really likes like the texture, I guess, of cutting these up and just using them for different projects. And this is our classroom pet, our little buddy Fred. He's a leopard gecko, and we love him. But what I want to show you is the automatic pencil sharpener, and if you don't have one of these, you need one. I believe I bought this at Walmart. It's lasted a few years. We also keep an easel out in the schoolroom, and I bought this at Michael's. I believe it's the Creatology brand, and I bought it for $7. It was a steal, and I love that it's low to the ground so my toddler can reach. I was having a hard time finding an easel that was short enough for her. So it is double-sided. The other side is a dry erase, and it has a little tray to hold chalk and markers, and then also a place for a paper roll. And we moved the easel around the schoolroom, and so right behind that we have a wall hook with our new canvas smocks, and then right behind that is a gardening smock. And if you take a few steps just outside of our schoolroom, we have a mud closet, which we actually use as our art supply closet. And I do apologize about the yellow lighting in this room, this light bulb. I was telling my husband the other day that once I do hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to finally gift myself a nice ring light. So help us get there. Please subscribe and like this video. It helps me out a lot. So first I will give you an overview and then I'll go into detail. I told you that this was a long video, but it was requested. So I don't have a fancy storage system or anything, just the basics, working with what I have, but I am so thankful that we have this little closet because, again, something that we're not minimal on are art supplies. I love using hanging shoe racks for organization, and I use them all throughout the house. This is actually how I store my makeup and skincare in my bathroom. But here, the bottom few rows are supplies and manipulatives that I want the kids to have access to, and then towards the top are things that I don't, like thumbtacks, rubber bands, slime supplies. The next one is paper clips, and we have some wooden clothespins, some craft adhesive, and acrylic paint markers. Some math tiles that we have there, again rubber bands, an overflow of feathers, and googly eyes. What I do let the kids have access to are these wooden cubes that I painted myself, and they just like to use them for all sorts of fun activities. Buttons, again, that they like to glue on all different types of things. These wooden beads, these are from Dollar Tree, and they're one of my favorite Dollar Tree resources for several activities. And then these different shapes of buttons, I believe I got these at Walmart, and those are fun for, again, gluing on different things and sorting and loose parts. Some type of twines and ropes and strings for the kids to use. We recycle pouch caps and again use them for different activities and crafts. And then my littles love these mini erasers that are in different characters or figures. These aren't really art supplies. Down here we house a few tools, like fine motor tools, some tongs and chopsticks, and then we also have a variety of dice, these water tools or squirters, a turkey baster from Dollar Tree, and then just other fine motor tools. These are from a learning resource set. Hanging here on a command hook, I do have a smock, or I think it's actually an apron for myself, and this is just from Walmart because when we work with clay or painting, things get really messy. And we have a second art cart, and the materials here are, again, materials that we use almost daily, so I keep them on here because we're able to just wheel them out to the table. So the first here holds our clay materials, and this modeling clay is new to us. We haven't had a chance to use it yet, and I did haul it in just my last video. Crayola air dry clay, and we've used this a ton, and this is the white color, and then you saw me haul the terracotta color as well in my last video. And then our clay tool set, which I bought from our local craft store with a coupon. The kids do paint daily, so paint supplies are important for me to have in a portable cart. And the next two tiers are supplies for painting, so kits and such that they can put together and paint. Here we have a few small size painting canvases, and the next is a birdhouse kit that they can build and then of course paint. And with that kit is a like tool belt with kids sized tools, and of course under supervision. So I believe this is by the brand Stanley. Yep. And it brings a tape measure. Here's just a wooden dowel and a kid-sized hammer and screwdriver, along with the eye protection. A really cute set that they were gifted for Christmas. Jumbo popsicle sticks or craft sticks, and Bella uses these for everything. And then these are little wooden kits from Dollar Tree, and I actually had a lot more, so I do have to replenish them. So what we have left right now is a race car, and again these kits include all the adhesive that the child will need to put it together, and then of course they can paint it. So a sailboat, and then I believe we have several sailboats left actually. Yep, here's another, and a birdhouse. And the most bottom tier are all the kids' paints. So let me be specific that all of the supplies in this closet are for the kids. I have the more higher quality paint supplies and craft supplies in my craft closet upstairs next to our office. So some of my favorite acrylic paint brands are Craftsmart, and here I'm trying to show you, but of course the camera's not focusing. Nicole's, which I believe is to my local craft store, AC Moore, and then I think the last brand is Apple Barrel. I also keep rags for wiping paintbrushes, so we're not going through and being wasteful on paper towels. These little paint holders are from Dollar Tree, little plastic paint holders, and those come in handy. And then just different recycled jars. This is a pickle jar, which is what we use to hold our water and paintbrushes. And again, I don't keep my good watercolor set down here, so these are just inexpensive watercolor sets from Walmart, I believe, and they were $5 each. Not the greatest quality, but the kids love them and they work just fine. Okay, the next section is all for Play-Doh, and this is right next to that paint cart. And first I have several bins for Play-Doh and kinetic sand play. So one is from Dollar Tree and the colorful ones are from Target Bullseye. Up here we keep our Play-Doh, and we've recently started making homemade Play-Doh. I don't know why I did not jump on that bandwagon before. So we're just using up the last bit of store-bought Play-Doh that we have left, and it's about dry. And then we also own one bag of kinetic sand, and we love this stuff. And the next bin holds their Play-Doh like play sets, and we only own two, keeping things minimal. They don't need a ton of these. So we have a barber shop set, which has several tools, and then also a dentist set. And the last bin holds our Play-Doh molds, and these we do have plenty of because they just offer more possibilities. So we have just plastic Play-Doh brand molds, and then rollers as well, but we also do enjoy using cookie cutters, and it's less expensive to use those. Next to the Play-Doh storage is our first white shelf, and this is a shelf from Walmart, and it's from the Mainstays line or brand, and I've had this for like 6 years. It used to be our shelf work shelves, but they are showing significant signs of wear now, so they actually work perfectly for our art closet. These food airtight containers I like for holding supplies. This is a small set that I bought from Sam's, and it's just holding some fun feathers, popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners. This needs a refill soon, and Bella's washi tape. I also like to leave room on top of the shelf where we can place our projects that need to dry. So whether they've been painted or if it's clay, I like keeping a nice area for that. So that's this tray, this cotton. I'm trying to figure out what kind of project I can make with it. I've been holding on to it for a while. And so beneath all of that, I store all of our recycled materials. So more paper bags, all different pieces of cardboard, poster. These are cake cardboard stands, and just basically anything that I can pull out of the recycling bin to use for art. And I like to organize smaller or more loose recycled materials in these white bins from Dollar Tree. And the very bottom holds my little collection of trays and containers and baskets that I use for our shelf work. Moving on to the second white shelf in this closet, here I have another tray holding an art project that Bella has not finished with. So this is a 2-finger knitting. She's in the middle of working on that. And another unfinished project, and that is being painted by my husband. And then this is our Homeschool Rewards bin. It is really low right now since it's summer. I haven't really taken the time to replenish it because we're not doing too much of sit-down work at the moment. So basically my system is that each of my littles has a color coordinated chip, and as they complete their schoolwork, they get to collect them and then cash them in for rewards. And I have labels on the rewards, sticker labels that say the price and how many coins or chips it'll cost them. This is a reward system from Bitty Beginnings, and I'll list it in the description box below. So if they want to put their chips together and collectively cash in and a more of experience or outing type of reward. And so she has some that are already laid out for you, and then there are blank spaces where you can fill in your own. So below that, I like to keep bigger size coloring pads and finger paint paper here. It fits perfectly, and I have some art there collecting that I need to hang up. This is where I store materials that Bella can pull out for weaving projects, knitting, sewing. So a few fabric cutting mats, yarn, felt, thread, and ribbon. And below that, more supplies she can pull out for projects or just gluing, making art, etc. Wooden letters and shapes, stamps, pom-poms, a lot of glitter, cardboard letters and stencils, and an empty bin to allow room to grow. This map is a dry erase map from Amazon, and it's actually a wall sticker, but I have it up with tacks. It's a bit of an eyesore for me personally, so keeping it in this closet is the perfect compromise. The kids really do love this. And also our pocket chart calendar. Target Bullseye should have this back out soon. They do every year for back to school season. Again, a bit colorful for my liking, so it lives in this already color-filled closet. I wanted to show you two drop bin systems that I use. So here, my paper cutter normally goes there, but it's upstairs in the office right now. My art drop-in. So right now I'm currently working on peg dolls, and so I keep all of my supplies in there while I'm working on this project, and it makes cleanup easier. And the next drop-in is my where I drop in resources for my next upcoming unit study. So as I find resources at the store or order online, I drop them in here, and this is how I begin my process in piecing my unit studies. I also keep dry erase pockets and other random things that I would normally use for every unit study.
Now we have our glass rainbow bunny. He is rainbow. I'll show you more videos. Hold on. Mama. My trophies.
When did you get that?
I got it from the art contest.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope that you enjoyed our video and that it serves as inspiration for you to incorporate more art in your child's daily rhythm. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, and I appreciate your love.